Nigeria is deep. Nigeria, you talk about the judiciary. Look at the Supreme Court of all people, under Kekere Goon. Or the same Yoruba. Now, this woman can't even make a pronouncement on the Buhari in River State. This man, you can, wake up one morning and sack a governor. Is she a Democrat?
All right.
I mean, what can you talk about President Biden?
Dike, that will be all.
I'm disappointed that he's even coming to Imo State. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Honorable Speaker.
Good morning. Well, after Imo, he's still going to go to Abia in 2 days' time. Hello, good morning.
My name is George calling from Asaba.
All right, go on.
Yeah, let me just take on the issue of Dangote. It's very sad that in Nigeria here, there are some group of people who just take us as a company that they will be fixing from. Because all these things that are doing now, let them forever 70 are doing. If Dangote now sack some of the workers, that they want to stay in unison with the worker, there's a way to go about it. Because why am I saying this now? You people are going to strike. Which people, who are the people that is suffering now in that strike, people that try to go? Because it's the poor masses that are suffering. Because as for today now, there are some stations now that accept to open as of here that are selling for 1,300 naira per liter. Who is suffering now? And you are trying to let Nigeria to know that you are fighting for them. At the end of the day, you are just fighting for your selfish reason. Because it's the same people that live in this country for all these years. We have been importing food. Now we have food finally. That is not working. Now, every time I came out, you're not trying to tell them that ask for one your own business. How will you know in this country? Telling me that the law said that everybody has the own way to handle business. That business belongs to it's a very big shame to Nigeria as a country that the individual has the father that's running while our parents are so on. They're not even talking about that. We are not fighting that to and do that. That start to monopolize the business. Let us go and do our own fire. We have four. Let us go and work in our fire.
All right.
Up to today, now there are still of people that are working in their fire. They are not producing anything. Shame to this country. Tomorrow they are going to do one nonsense independent. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Okay. Exactly. Okay. Despite the fact that sometimes we might be overwhelmed by emotions, but of course, once we are on air, we have to moderate because discussions on air is quite different from the one we have in our bedroom. All right. So we have to go to our Facebook page. Let's see what do we have there.
Okay, it's at Udala Radio 104.7 FM, and of course, let's see some of the comments here. Okay. So it looks like we have 2 videos here, and there are 11 more comments on this one. Sebastian Ogo says Dangote Refinery versus Pengasin is not just a labor issue, it's about power. By blocking unionization, Dangote is denying workers their rights and setting a dangerous precedent. Banks and airlines are private but unionized. Why should his refinery be different? This is not efficiency, it is control, and no billionaire should be above the law or silence workers' voices. Now he has a question. If Dangote refuses to respect workers' rights here in Nigeria, what message does that send about how we will treat workers and his businesses outside Nigeria? I think it's about what the country allows. Outside of Nigeria, the country's there. If they allow it, if we allow this, then probably. Let's see. Amal Lebara said that lives are no longer sacred and blood not costly again in this country. Insecurity in this country has become costly. The killing of our Rise News anchor and lawyer Somto Chukwumaduawo broke me. Imagine how she was cut in her prime. May God grant her eternal rest, and and give us the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. May her killers never know peace in life. Also, Francis Ndamani, he says, keep up the good work, okay? Nigeria at 65 is still being marred by insecurity, unemployment, hunger, nepotism, tribalism, negligence, to the rule of law, among others. These challenges must be holistically addressed for a better Nigeria. And also, Team No Obi says, The insecurity in Nigeria is in a high rate. Look at what happened to this TV presenter. Too bad. Gochiku Frank, a critical look at the scenario signaled in external hands, not just an ordinary robbery. Okay, he thinks what happened to Sunto is not just an ordinary robbery, but more like pre-planned. May her soul rest in peace. Gochiku Frank, ASU's demands may be valid, but endless strikes only worsen the state of education and punish students. The government needs to provide or prioritize lasting reforms, while ASU should push for solutions that do not cripple academic calendar. And Sant Badmos, he says Nigerians are beginning to see the forces behind why refineries weren't working in Nigeria until God gave us Dangote refineries. What kind of distraction is this? It's high time President Tinubu proscribes Nupeng and Pengasan as terrorist organizations. Interesting. This unnecessary necessity should not be allowed to thrive. And Chukudi Joshua says, for NYSC, when one is over 30 years, the person can serve. What if one goes to court to amend his or hers? I think it's acceptable. Where is that coming from exactly? But those are the comments we have on Facebook.
Okay. So at this point, I think we have to aggregate what we have taken so far. Maybe from the reactions we had from the callers, and then from what we had from our Facebook page. We take aggregation before we get to wrap. So Tony, anything you want to respond to?
Having a disturbing news. The disturbing news is that patients are stranded at Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University Teaching Hospital and other hospitals, both federal. So they have joined I don't know whether it's the indefinite strike, I don't know. But I don't know how true this is, but then it's just a news I got. But if the health workers join this ongoing brouhaha, it will cost us collateral damage. And I've just said, most times we don't deploy wisdom in what we do, even in our business. Everybody will keep claiming right and damages will be done. And I'm saying, look at what Dangote is facing now. And people are saying, why don't you go and be a refineries? We have banks. We have aviation industry. In fact, if you go to APs, all the staff there, the workers, they're under union. And if you go to different banks we have in this country, even different telecommunications, we have many of them, the ones that's BI Yellow, Red, and what have you. Their workers are under union. And these are individual private businesses. And I'm saying that we can't just close our law book because of one person. But we can also appreciate what the person has done. Yes, Nupeng and Pengasin, they have been the reason our refineries are not working. Given, even if we may concede not to even accept, but given. But is that the reason that these people will join union and you lay them off? And at the same time, just like I said earlier on, the Nupeng or Pengasen, because they have mobilized now, all of them, the NLC. Or if you don't want, somebody says that Mr. President should proscribe them and tag them terrorist organization. If Mr. President does this now, you people will come back and say Mr. President is also an authoritarian. He's not a Democrat. The same people that will urge him to do this because it suits you now. If he goes on to do it, by the time it does not suit you, you will still be the same person that will come out and call Mr. President saying that this Mr. President is a despot, is a totalitarian or authoritarian. You call him one of them, not a Democrat. See, we have laws. Let's do things in this country in accordance with our law. That is where I stand, and I will keep standing there.
All right, Chisom, we have to leave.
Yeah, definitely we have to leave, and this is me begging all mothers to please be very careful. The days are evil, and I am pretty sure that no woman wants to go the whole 9-month haul and lose a child to, it's a different thing if your child dies. You know the location of, where the child is. And it's a different level of torture if your child goes missing. I don't wish that on any mother, and I'm just begging parents to be please more careful, more security conscious. This is not the point where you give your keys to random neighbors to keep for you. They can clone it. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. And on that very note, we anchor today's conversation. And for us here in Nigeria, what we are saying all the time is that it's time we begin to to do what we say. Because this time around, what I found is that in Nigeria sometimes we talk, but we hardly do those things we talk about. So on that very note, we end today's conversation. Thank you all for listening. My name is Franklin and Ebuka. Good morning.